Last year, Seat gave its best-selling Ibiza Supermini a midlife facelift with subtly revised styling and a range of new interior updates. New for this model are LED daytime running lights as standard, plus a redesigned cabin, new 3-cylinder engines and the addition of a brand new colour touchscreen infotainment system. As before, you can have the Ibiza as a 3-door sports coupe, a 5-door hatchback or as an estate, but we've got our hands on the 5-door hatch to see how it stacks up against its predecessor. The interior is still very Volkswagen Group in that it does the job perfectly, but it's still just a little bit uninspiring to look at. It's a big improvement over the pre-facelift version, but the plastics are still a little bit drab and the seats, while comfortable and supportive, aren't anything to write home about either. If you're not too bothered about luxury though, then it's absolutely fine. At the end of the day, this is meant to be an inexpensive vehicle. It's the sort of car that your kids can vomit all over and you'll not really be that bothered. The centre console sports this tiddly little 5-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which despite its small size is actually very good. It's quick, it's easy to pair your phone with, and unlike so many others, it's not so complex and convoluted that you need a degree just to operate it. It's also got this really neat feature where you can aim where the sound focuses, so if you're not a fan of your teenage daughter's Nicki Minaj CDs, well, just point them somewhere else. Sat-nav would be a handy addition, but you'll have to go up a trim to get that. Nevertheless, this mid-range Vista model still comes well equipped with DAB digital radio, Bluetooth and Seat's convenience pack, which for £230 adds auto lights and auto wipers plus more. Climb in the rear and the seats are, well, they're okay. Cozy's probably the word, although any passengers bigger than me might find them far too much on the snug side. Likewise, taller people might find themselves struggling for head and leg room, although it's okay for short journeys or for children. Boot space clocks in at 292 litres, while there's also an optional space saver tyre under the floor for an extra £100. Fold the rear seats down and maximum space clocks in at 847 litres, which is enough for a decent week's shopping, but still about 100 less than rivals like the Ford Fiesta and Mazda 2. So what's the Ibiza like in terms of performance? Well, it's okay. It doesn't have a patch on the Fiesta in terms of sheer dynamics. It's just a little bit too soft, a little bit too light, a little bit too squidgy, but it is extremely comfortable. Suspension's nice and supple, it irons out the road surface pretty well, while the steering's light, easy to use and reasonably direct. This car comes with the new entry-level 1-litre 3-cylinder petrol engine with 75 horsepower. There's also more powerful 1-litre, 1.2-litre and 1.4-litre petrol engines, along with a single 1.4-litre diesel. Obviously it's not the fastest thing in the world, 0 to 62 miles per hour takes about just under 15 seconds, but it is pleasant enough and has returned around 48 miles per gallon for us. One word of warning though, at motorway speeds the lack of a 6th gear means that it will sit pretty high up in the rev range. As a result, if you do long distance trips often, you'll probably be better off with one of the other engine options. If on the other hand you're looking for something a bit hotter, there is also a Cupra version available with more power and with a sportier suspension setup. However, if you're looking for something that will just get you from A to B with minimal fuss, then the standard Ibiza does a pretty fine job indeed. It also happens to be very cost effective. Prices for the Seat Ibiza start from only 10 grand, while as tested this model costs 14,305, including all the extra options, making it attractively priced against its rivals. Easily its most desirable trait is its low cost, but just because it's inexpensive, it doesn't mean that the Seat Ibiza is cheap. No, it won't set your world on fire, but it is good looking, good to drive and easy to live with. But could you see yourself behind the wheel of a Seat Ibiza as your next car? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the inquire button to find out more details about this car, or for any other models visit carkeys.co.uk. And to watch more reviews, click on one of the links on screen now.